Hello, everyone, and welcome to this special topic where we discuss a fascinating moment in recent historical event, the awarding of the 2025 Nobel Peace Prize. The Nobel Peace Prize is one of the most respected honors in the world. It is given to individuals or organizations who have made the greatest effort to promote fraternity between nations, reduce standing armies, and hold or promote peace congresses. Every year, names of very well-known global leaders are often mentioned in the political discussions, including figures like the former President of the United States, Donald Trump, whose role in Middle East agreements was often cited. These high-profile nominations usually come from individuals with immense political power and global influence. But the Nobel Committee often makes choices that send a powerful message about where true peace is found. In 2025, the committee chose María Corina Machado, a Venezuelan leader of the opposition. It was a choice that honored not political power, but immense courage and resilience in the face of tyranny. The story of María Corina Machado. To understand why Machado won, we must first look at her background. María Corina Machado is an engineer and politician who became one of the leading voices of the democratic opposition in Venezuela. Her life has been marked by a fierce, continuous, and non-violent fight against the ruling dictatorship in her country. Venezuela has faced a severe political, economic, and humanitarian crisis for many years, leading to the emigration of millions of its citizens. Machado became a true defender of democracy and human rights, speaking out clearly against corruption and the lack of political freedoms. This path was not easy. In fact, it was extremely dangerous. She faced constant persecution, including physical attacks during rallies, legal bans preventing her from holding office, and even travel bans that made her a prisoner in her own country. Despite these severe threats to her personal safety and political career, she never stopped advocating for a peaceful return to democratic rule. Her story is one of unwavering persistence and moral clarity. She continued to organize, mobilize citizens, and call for free and fair elections, becoming a symbol of hope and defiance for millions of Venezuelans, both inside and outside the country. Her commitment to nonviolence in a deeply divided and volatile environment was a key factor in the Nobel Committee's decision.
Why she won the Nobel Peace Prize. The committee's decision to grant the 2025 prize to María Corina Machado highlighted the importance of a peaceful struggle for political freedom. She won because her efforts demonstrated that the most effective way to change a deeply rooted political problem is not through violence or armed struggle, but through the peaceful organization of the people. Her campaign was not just a political movement, it was an act of civil unity. She succeeded in mobilizing vast numbers of people who felt exhausted and defeated by years of crisis. Her influence was instrumental in uniting various factions of the Venezuelan democratic movement, giving citizens a renewed sense of possibility. The Nobel Committee recognized her extraordinary resilience in the face of brutal state power. They saw her as representing millions of anonymous people worldwide who risk their lives every day for the right to vote and to live freely. The committee often looks for examples of courage where the odds are against the individual and where the commitment to peaceful methods is absolute. Machado offered that clear example. Her actions were a powerful lesson in diplomacy and advocacy, even when facing a regime that denied her basic rights and freedoms. She provided a global model for nonviolent resistance.
The contrast. Why Donald Trump did not win. While President Donald Trump is a figure of enormous global recognition and political influence, the Nobel Peace Prize criteria operate on a different scale than political popularity or power. Trump's political style is often characterized by strong, sometimes aggressive rhetoric, and a focus on domestic political battles. While his administration achieved some specific foreign policy successes, such as brokering normalization agreements between Israel and some Arab nations, these achievements often came from a position of political and economic power, rather than a grassroots promotion of fraternity between people. The fundamental difference lies in the nature of peace promotion. The Nobel Committee typically rewards 1. Sacrifice and nonviolence. Machado made immense personal sacrifices, risking prison and political exile, and operating under the strictest principles of nonviolence. 2. Unifying action. Machado worked to build consensus and unity among the Venezuelan people. Trump's political image, particularly domestically, is often tied to division and controversy. 3. Global mission of brotherhood. The prize is about promoting a sustained vision of global peace and disarmament. The committee's decision suggested that achieving peace requires humility, persistence, and a clear commitment to democratic ideals, qualities that Machado demonstrated throughout her decades of struggle against the Venezuelan dictatorship. Political influence alone is not enough. The method must be peaceful and unifying. The symbolic message of the 2025 Nobel Peace Prize. The awarding of the 2025 Nobel Peace Prize to María Corina Machado carries a strong symbolic message for the entire world. It signals that global institutions are focused on honoring those who fight for basic democracy and human rights in quiet, persistent ways, rather than those who command large armies or hold the highest political offices. The award is a global declaration that hope is a powerful political tool, and that dialogue and nonviolence remain the most effective tools against oppression. It reflects the global value placed on the right of citizens to protest tyranny and demand transparent, fair governance. For many small nations facing internal conflicts, the award provides a strong validation of their own nonviolent efforts and the global community's moral support. It emphasizes that the struggle for freedom, even when conducted without the massive resources of a global superpower, is deeply meaningful and worthy of the highest international recognition.
The story of María Corina Machado and the 2025 Nobel Peace Prize reminds us that true peace is not simply about winning elections or signing high-level agreements. It is fundamentally about uniting hearts, defending the human spirit, and building democratic institutions from the ground up, even when facing extreme danger. Her resilience and courage show us that the greatest power often belongs to those who refuse to use force. I hope that this analysis has helped you to think critically about global events and has inspired you to practice your English using world stories that truly matter. Remember, understanding stories of perseverance like Machado's will help you build your own persistence in your English learning journey. If this inspired you, subscribe for more inspiring lessons and world stories in English.